Good afternoon, Sir Umlas. We are Group 4. Our reporting is the internal assessment.
Good afternoon, classmate and Mr. Umlash. We are Group 4 about to report the nature of an internal audit. All organizations have strengths and weaknesses in the functional areas of business. No enterprise is equally strong or weak in all areas. Example, is known excellent production and product design, whereas Procter and Gamble is known for superb marketing. Internal strength weaknesses coupled with external opportunities, threats, and a clear statement of mission provide the basis for establishing objectives and strategies. Objectives and strategies are established with the intention of capitalizing upon internal strengths and overcoming weaknesses. Key internal process of strategic management. Affirm strengths that cannot be easily matched or imitated by competitors are called distinctive competencies. Building competitive advantage involves taking advantage of distinctive competencies. Example, 3M exploits its distinctive competence in research and development by producing a wide range of innovative products. Strategies are designed in part to improve on a firm's weaknesses, turning them into strengths and maybe even into distinctive competencies. The process of performing an internal audit. The process of performing an internal audit closely parallels the process of performing an external audit. Representative managers and employees from throughout the firm need to be involved in determining a firm's strengths and weaknesses. Internal audit requires gathering and assimilating information about the firm's management, marketing, finance, accounting, production operation, research and development, and management information system operation. Key factors should be prioritized so that the firm's most important strengths and weaknesses can be determined collectively. Internal audit is better than external audit because external audit provides more opportunity for participants to understand how their jobs, departments, and divisions fit into the whole organization. Performing an internal audit requires gathering, assimilating, and evaluating information about the firm's operation. Critical success factors consisting of both strengths and weaknesses can be identified and prioritized. Strategic management is a highly interactive process that requires effective coordination. A failure to recognize and understand relationships among the functional areas of business can be detrimental to strategic management, and the number of those relationships that must be managed increases dramatically with the firm size, diversity, geographic dispersion, and the number of products or services offered among management, marketing, finance, accounting, production operations, R&D, and management information system managers.
Good afternoon, Sir Umlas. I am Marvin Arbalagosa.
Financial ratio analysis exemplifies the complexity of relationship among the functional areas of business and declining return of investment or profit margin ratio could be the result of ineffective marketing, poor management policies, and research and development errors, or a weak management information system. Resources-based (RBB) approach to competitive advantage contends that internal resources are more important for a firm than external factors in achieving and sustaining competitive advantage. In contrast to the IoT represented in the previous chapter, proponents of the RBB view contend that organizational performance will primarily be determined by internal resources that can be grouped into three all-encompassing categories. physical resources, human resources, and organizational resources. Physical resources include all plant and equipment, location, technology, raw materials, and machine. Human resources include all employees, training, experience, intelligence, knowledge, skills, abilities, and organizational resources. Include firm structure, planning process, information system, patients, patents, fines, trademarks, copyrights, databases, and so on. RBV theory asserts that resources are actually what it helps a firm exploit opportunities and neutralize threats. The basic premises of the RBP is that the mix type among the nature of a firm's internal resources should be considered first and foremost in devising strategies that can lead to sustainable competitive advantage. Managing strategically according to the RBV involves developing and exploiting a firm's unique resources and capabilities and continually maintaining and strengthening those resources. For our resources to be valuable, it must be either one, rare, too hard to imitate, or three, not easily substitutable. Often called empirical indicators, these three characteristics of resources enable a firm to implement strategies that improve its efficiency and effectiveness and lead to a sustainable competitive advantage. The more our resources is rare, non-imitable, and unsustainable, the stronger a firm's competitive advantage will be, and the longer it will last. Integrating strategy and culture. Relationship among the firm's functional business activities perhaps can be exemplified best by focusing on organizational culture, an internal phenomenon that permeates all departments and divisions or organizational culture can be defined as a pattern of behavior that has been developed by an organization as it learns to cope with its problem of external adoption and internal integration, and it that has worked well enough to be considered valid and to be taught to new members as the correct way to perceive, think, and feel. Organizational culture capture the subtle, elusive, and largely unconscious forces that shape a workplace and remarkably resistant to change. Culture can represent a major strength or weakness for the firm. It can be an underlying reason for strength or weaknesses in any major business organization.
I will discuss lesson 2 about the internal factors and how this factor will help managers focus effort on activities that gain results. First factor is the planning. What is the planning? Process by which an individual or business may turn empty dreams into achievements. Planning is the process by which one determines whether to attempt a task. In the planning function, strategic plan are developed to assist organizations to reaching their short and long-term objectives. Second is organizing. Organizing means determining who does what and who report to whom. Workers can achieve their organizational goal by working together as a team thanks to this relationship building process. Third is motivating. Motivating is the word derived from the word motive, which means needs, desires, wants, or drives within the individuals. The obligation of motivating include the articulating the vision and mission of the organization and energizing the employees. Additionally, they include motivating others with vision, encouragement, and effective communication. Fourth is staffing. Staffing is a process of finding, selecting, evaluating, and developing a working relation with the current or the future employees, identifying and attracting potential employees to fill open positions with the company with teams and departments. Lastly is controlling. In this function of management includes all of those activities undertaken to ensure the actual operations conform to plan operation. Analyze your progress toward to achieving your goals, making improvements of your performance, and taking action. Marketing is the process of planning, executing the concept, pricing, promotion, and distribution of ideas, goods, and service. The term marketing refers to the activities that a business undertakes to promote the purchase of sale of a product or service.
This is my part of report. Finance accounting audit checklist. Following finance accounting questions, like the similar questions about marketing and management earlier, should be examined. Number one question. Where is the firm financially strong and weak as indicated by financial ratio analysis? 2. Can the firm raises need short-term capital? 3. Can the firm raises long-term capital through debt and or equity? Number 4. Does the firm have sufficient term working capital? 5. Are capital budgeting procedures effective? Number 6. Are dividend payouts policies reasonable? 7. Does the firm have good relationship with investor and stockholders? Number 8. Are the firm's financial managers experienced and well trained? Number 9. Is the firm debt excellent? Next, production operation audit checklist. The production operation function of a business consists of all those activities that transform inputs into goods and service. Productions operation. Management deals with 8 transformations and outputs that vary across industries and markets. A manufacturing operation transforms and converts inputs such as raw materials, labor, capital, machines, and facilities into finished goods and service. Next, production operation audit checklist. This is the questions such as the following should be examined. 1. Are supplies of raw materials, parts, and sub-assemblies reliable and reasonable? 2. Are facilities, equipment, machinery, and offices in good condition? Yes, is need to be a good condition. 3. Are inventory control policies and procedures effective? Yes. 4. A quality control policies and procedures effective? 5. Are facilities, resources, and strategically located? 6. Does the firm have technological competencies? Finance accounting. Financial accounting is a specific branch of accounting involves a process of recording, summarizing, and reporting the myriad transactions resulting from business operation over a period of time. These transactions are summarized in the preparation of financial statement, including the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement that recorded the company's operating performance over a specified period. Ito yung isang proseso ng pagbubuod at pag-uulat ng mga napakadaming transaction na nagresulta sa pagpapatakbo ng isang negosyo sa loob ng isang panahon ng kumpanya. Next, financial ratio. Financial ratio is the technique comparing the relationship of ratio between two or more items, financial data from a company's financial statements. It's mainly used as way of making for a comparison across time and between different companies or industries. Ito yung pangunahin na ginagamit bilang isang paraan ng paggawa ng patas na mga patas na pagkukumpara o paghahambing sa buong oras at sa pagitan ng iba't ibang mga kumpanya at industriya.
Research and development are activities that focus on the innovation of new products or services in the company. It is also the expenditures are directed at developing new products before competitors do, at improving product quality or at improving manufacturing processes to reduce costs. It is more on researching your market and analyzing your customers' need. As shown on my illustration below is the process flow of research and development, wherein it all started with a concept or idea, then a research and analysis for the possible outcome within the business, and then after that, developing the products, and the last process will be the launching, where the business was supposed to introduce the product to the market. Management Information Systems. A Management Information System, MIS, is a computer system consisting of hardware and software that serves as the backbone of an organization's operation. An MIS gathers data from multiple online systems, analyzes the information, and reports data to aid in management decision making. So here is an example of an illustration that the management information system consists of people, data, software, and hardware. The effectiveness of an information management system's control is evaluated through an information system audit. And this audit aims to establish information systems are safeguarding corporates' assets, maintaining the integrity of stored and communicated data, supporting corporate objectives effectively, and operating efficiently. Value chain analysis. BCA refers to the process whereby a firm determines the cost associated with organizational activities, from purchasing raw materials to manufacturing products to marketing those products. BCA aims to identify where low-cost advantages or disadvantages exist anywhere along the value chain, from raw material to customer service activities. So here is an example of my illustration on value chain analysis. So it's more on analyzing your product from the start, from raw materials to the finished products where the customers finally got your product. It's more it also refers on inbound logistic, how it will be delivered, or the process it will be delivered to your customers. Benchmarking. Benchmarking is an analytical tool used to determine a firm's value chain activities are competitive compared to rivals and thus conducive to winning in the marketplace. Benchmarking entails measuring cost, value chain activities across an industry to determine best practices among competing firms for the purpose of duplicating or improving upon those best practices. So it's more on comparing your business to other business. It is more on gathering ideas and strategies of a business where it could be considered as guide or way of how a business can be managed. It is sharing ideas and also management strategies to have a competitive marketplace.
Internal Factor Evaluation or IFA matrix multiply its factor weight by its rating to determine a weighted score for each variable. Multiply its factor weight by its rating to determine a weighted score for each variable when using external factor evaluation EFA matrix. First, identify key enter factor. Second is summing weighted score for each competitor. Third is summing the weighted score for each variable to determine the total weighted score for the organization. Fourth is drawing the horizontal and vertical lines for the matrix and use identify the pretend strategy factor. Sum the weighted score for each variable to determine the total weighted score for organization. Sum the weighted score for each variable if you learn to the evaluate your percentage score on test. You divide the number of points you score by the number of points possible before you start calculating weighted score. Let's review to the basic skill you need to the calculate weighted to average. The first, calculating percentage. Example, if you earned it is out of 100 possible points, your score is 75 divided 100 equal to 0.75. Key internal factor. Internal factor evaluation, IFA matrix, is a strategy tools used to evaluate firms' internal enrollment and to reveal its strengths as well as weaknesses. Strengths and weaknesses are used as the key internal factor in the evaluation.
Good day everyone. This is my report, the Internal Factor Evaluation or IFE matrix. IFE or Internal Factor Evaluation is a process of evaluating or identifying the strengths and weaknesses of the function inside the business and the difference and or relationship among those function of role. First, is we must list the internal factor that the internal audit process identified. By this, we can easily assign the weights. The weights number 0.0 or not important, 1.0 all important, will make it easier for you to know which factor can affect the success of the firms. The second is the rating you can assign specific number that represent it used like 1 equals major, weakness 2 equals minor, weakness 3 equals minor. Strength 4, major strength. You can easily point out which can help your firms or not. Third, score it is the multiplication of weight and ratings. Every key factor must have or receive a score. If the result is 2.5, it is an average score, but if the internal evaluation have low score, it means that the firm is weak against its competitor. This is keywords of the internal factor evaluation or IFE matrix. Conduct internal audit and identify both strengths and weaknesses in all your business areas. It is suggested you identifying 10 to 20 internal factors, but the more you can provide for the IFE matrix, the number of factors has no effect on the range of total